The title of 10-year survivor feels great. My goal was to get through the first year, then the 5th year anniversary, but I always knew that the 10-year survival was going to be big. People say it will change you, and it sounds cliche, but it does change you. I think you have a new appreciation for life and how important your family and friends and just everyday living is.
One of the biggest things she wanted to achieve was seeing her children get married and playing with her grandchildren. Now about the last 5, 6 years are where the blessings have started to show up. We have 2, 3-year-old grandchildren, a 1-year-old grandchild. We have the ability to go to Chicago and see them.
My children were wonderful.
I learned that my mom had breast cancer at a swim meet. I still remember this pretty vividly. And the night before the swim meet, they just called me to my parents' room, and I went down there, and that's where they sat me on their bed and told me, sorry, that didn't take long. Just about my mom's diagnosis. And I appreciated it. I was able to be there in person with them and share that moment with them.
I think the hardest part of my mom's diagnosis was when you could physically see it in her. When she was going through the chemo, that was hard to see, because she is so strong every day. Seeing her, kind of go through that was tough.
The only way to really deal was to be together.
We always went out to dinner, and we'd come home and we'd put some music on and we'd dance to a couple songs. And then it was like, okay, now it's time to get ready and go to bed because we got treatment tomorrow.
And I think celebrating the good news recharges your batteries. It allows you a small victory in this ongoing battle.
The day of my surgery, my 2 oldest girls were home and our son, Brooke, could not come. And by the time I really got up in the room and got to see them, I believe it was like 9 o'clock at night. I said, go home, have some wine, just go home.
We stayed up until the wee hours of the morning in the basement here because they actually lived in this house and kind of just connected and hung out and had really deep conversations.
Well, the next day they came to visit.
Hey, I took a look at them. I didn't know who was the patient. They looked worse than their mother.
So apparently they did some visiting and had some wine, which was probably a good thing too.
Good therapy.
Yes. I hope that's okay.
They did look rough. Looked like hell the next day when they showed up. And the hair party was awesome. I think the hair party for me set the tone of how Terry was going to cope with this.
It started just with a little cut, kind of going to a shorter bob, then like a pixie cut. We went to all different kinds of styles, and she even gave me a mohawk at the end. And we definitely had champagne that day and celebrated and shared it with good friends and family.
Over the last 10 years, I think we're closer than we ever were. And I think that my mom's battle with cancer played a role in that and forced us to come together even more and to cherish everything and not take our strong family and our bond for granted. My mom's always been my hero. I always had a unique relationship with her growing up. Being the only boy, we were very close. But yeah, even more so out of this, because of that, perseverance and grit that she demonstrated. She's so tough and so strong.
It does take courage, and that's why we're here for Courageous, because that means something. It means a lot to people who are fighting this fight.
I'm extremely proud of her. I'm proud of her I've learned a lot about her. And I've learned a lot about life. So, congratulations. Thank you.
I'm Terry Baldy, and I'm a 10-year survivor.